I'm John Baumstark. I'm the Chairman and CEO of Suniva. And if we could go to the next slide, please. Okay, who is Suniva? Suniva is a young company, but we have a very long and rich history. We're a spin-out of the Georgia Tech Center of Excellence for Photovoltaics that was founded in 1992 by our founder, Dr. Ajit Rohatgi. Dr. Rohatgi founded the photovoltaic program at Georgia Tech in 1985 and was approached by the Department of Energy based on his expertise and his accomplishments to create the first center of excellence in the United States to lead innovation and research in solar energy. So what do? We create solar cells that look like this. You can see it on your screen as well there in the middle. And we create solar cells that are of the highest efficiency and the lowest cost to manufacture. So why will we be successful? We'll be successful because we've created the best team in the industry. We have Dr. Rohatgi, the top solar scientist in the world. Dr. Steve Shea, who runs manufacturing for us. We hired from BP Solar, where he ran the manufacturing and research operations for 20 years. Dr. Dan Meyer, who runs research and development for us, we hired from the National Renewable Energy Lab. We also have the best technology in the world with over 10 patents. We have access to the best research facility at Georgia Tech, and we're the best backed in the industry as well, led by New Enterprise Associates, HIG, and Goldman Sachs. And we closed earlier this month a $50 million Series B round. Next slide, please. Okay, let's talk about the value chain very quickly here. Suniva creates the solar cells, which are right in the heart of the value chain. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the raw materials that go into creating solar energy, ingot, wafers, and silicon. On the right-hand side, you'll see what happens to this cell after we create it. It goes into modules. Modules are what you see up on the roofs of buildings and houses. By creating a solar cell that is more efficient, we can reduce costs on the right-hand side of the screen. You need fewer modules to create the same amount of power with a more efficient cell. On the left-hand side of the screen, we can reduce raw material costs by making a thinner wafer and using less silicon. Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, the key of what solar and what Suniva is trying to do is to get to grid parity. And getting to grid parity means that solar energy is at the same cost as fossil fuels. And Suniva gets there through its roadmap by reducing costs throughout the value chain and ultimately getting under the magic $1 a watt, which our roadmap gets us to. Next slide, please. So in summary, this is a massive market. It's a $7 billion market for cells last year in 2007, growing to $18 billion. We've got the best team in the business. The #1 research scientist in the world is our founder. This market is going to continue to grow massively. We today produce an 18% efficient cell at the lowest cost in the world, and we have a clear roadmap getting to 20%, which keeps us on top of the competition. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Williamson. I'm Chief Operating Officer for Horizon Software. We'll go to the slides. Next one. Just a little bit about who Horizon is. We are an A to Z technology solution provider for food service management companies. We're in a lot of different markets, mainly K through 12 school districts, healthcare, higher education, military, and corporate dining. We've got an extensive R&D effort to innovate new products every year. We come out with a whole suite of new products every year. We're a young company, but we're very fast growing. We've been on Deloitte's Fast 50 list the last 4 years, and last year in 2007, we were named to the Inc. 5000 list, and also recognized as a previous top 40 tag company. Next one. So one of the things that we've found in our markets, as Don mentioned earlier, we're seeing in a retail POS market, we're becoming more of a cashless economy. And in our markets, that means that cash through the POS lines is becoming less and less of a factor and less wanted. We've innovated a lot of technology around cashless food service management systems, allowing parents of students, for example, to prepay money online, and as children go through the lines, being able to do cashless transactions versus having cash. As many of you know, if you give $20 to the me generation or to a middle schooler today, there's a very good chance that $20 won't end up in the school cafeteria. So what we've enabled parents to do is to prepay that money online and allow the students to go through and use cashless transactions. We've innovated some security measures around these cashless transactions. One of the ways is through biometrics. We've enabled a biometric device to be used in the POS to take the numerical algorithm of a child or a customer's finger image and positively identifies them very quickly. Next slide. The other thing that's important is in our fight against childhood obesity, obesity is the number 2 killer of Americans and will shortly be number 1. We have been on the leading edge of preventing childhood obesity. One way is to allow parents to view these transactions, the nutritional value of what they're buying with this online money. We've innovated a new website that allows parents to track purchases, look at nutritional value of those purchases, and even control what they're allowed to buy in these locations. The other thing is through vending. There's tens of millions of vending machines around the world that are basically dumb cash boxes. We've innovated a smart board that allows you to include in these vending machines that will allow cashless transactions to occur through them and track the vended products just as they were going through a normal cashier line. Gives consumers more choices, obviously labor efficiencies in these cashless environments. Thank you.
Cover slide, please. My name is Dolan Faulkner. I'm CEO and President of Scantech. We develop X-ray inspection technologies for baggage and cargo. Next slide. Currently, we offer several systems. Next slide. Currently, we offer several systems incorporating our patented technology. These range from small systems for handbags and luggage to larger systems for 40-foot Sealand containers. Next slide. We graduated from the Advanced Technology Development Center in 2007. Our corporate offices are still down at 5th and Peachtree, 5th and Spring Street near the Georgia Tech. We also have a manufacturing facility at Beaufort, Georgia, R&D offices in Moscow, Russia, and a high-energy test site in Perry, Georgia. Next slide. We recently won the 2007 Defend America Challenge. This was a competition between 50 of the top technology companies in Homeland Security. We received the grand prize award of $50,000 for this. Next slide. Recent developments include the award of our 9th patent. We have 12 additional patents pending, a technology license from Lockheed Martin, and we were selected by TSA for advanced liquids explosive testing. Last month, we executed a joint venture with the United Arab Emirates to deploy our systems at the new airport planned for Dubai. We project revenues to exceed $15 million this year. Next slide. Prior to 9/11, the challenge was fairly easy. The threats were easy. What is the difference between a spoon or a knife? Determine what is the difference. Is this a golf club or a rifle? The task was simple. Next slide. After 9/11, the challenges became much, much harder. Is the X-ray image water or nitroglycerin? Are we looking at steel or uranium? What does uranium look like? Next slide. Our technology enables X-ray systems to determine the difference between materials and substances. Next slide. Before Scantech, we couldn't tell whether this was water or a flammable liquid. After Scantech, we can now tell the difference between these things. Now we can hopefully get our water bottles back on the plane. Next slide. Thank you. In summary, we offer a leading solution to one of the most difficult challenges on the war on terror. Imagine if a weapon of mass destruction were hidden in a Sealand container in one of our ports. It is something that I fear, something that our children fear, something that the world fears. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a 15-minute intermission. You are encouraged to visit the GTS exhibit showcase in the foyer. The 2008 Technology Summit will continue promptly in 15 minutes. Please be seated before our next presentation begins.
Maybe he did take it.
Well, they said back there that there is a mic because the speaker. I don't see anything.
I think he took the one. There was one on each of these.
Okay, so this is just go forward in terms of green.
So we'll test that and make sure it works.
Okay.
So
And
hopefully
there should be. Are we all doing it on this side? I mean, is it
probably,
better?
we'll probably just meet up here, unless you have a preference.
Wherever you want us
Good
to
luck,
be.
Charm, on that
As
side.
long as I got a
By all
remote
means,
control, I'm
take
in
it over there.
So 11 o'clock right here?
Yeah, so we'll plan about 11.
Yeah, I'm in that last session as well.
So-
Jade Agro, nice to meet
James
you.
Davis, good to see you.
James?
Good to see
So
you.
I'll come up over here too. So if we're off a little bit, if we're quicker sooner, so you'll see me come up over here. So it'll be
Okay.
somewhere between 10:55 and 11:05. So
Okay.
probably
Okay.
around, I'm assuming around 11 o'clock. So
Sounds great. Appreciate it. Thanks.
I will see you here.
Yep.
you're with
Terry got
I think that you're in the last flight.
Hey, how's it going?